Hey people, welcome to Nerd Unpacked, and my name is Toss, and the Bote tribe was not challenged today.
I'm Chris, and I'm the white boy they adopted into their tribe, so I'm Asian adopted.
Really. Hi, my name's Trang. Welcome to Unpacked. Well, we will unpack. Not Unpacked, and gonna have fun talking to you guys.
All right, so welcome to the channel. This is our official first podcast. So whoever is watching, we all love you. I mean, this is a monumentous moment. This is where we are swimming by ourselves, and pretty much we're close to drowning right now because this man eats too much, and we're sinking because of him.
That should make me your flotation device.
No, but thank you for being on this channel, and yeah, Tran, let's get into some topics. I mean,
Okay.
this is what we're here for.
Well, how
No,
about
we're ghosts.
No, we're not really here.
yeah, we're gone. Bye.
Goodbye. No. Keep watching. We're just joking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, anyway, I would say how about talks about some of the, your opinion about some of the old show. Let's just kick off with Black Panther since it was the recently one.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Recently, not really old, but...
Yeah, it's not old when it's like 3 months.
Yeah, but no, at this point, it pretty much, if you haven't seen it, you really don't care about it.
Yeah,
or
well, either you've seen it or, I mean, you could literally go to a dollar theater and see it now because you're 1 month away from Infinity War.
Yeah, for real. So, I mean, yes, there will be spoilers in here, so just fair warning. You can stay, or if you don't want to listen to spoilers, then you don't have to stay. But yeah, just be warned. We will be spoiling a lot of that movie.
Yeah, a lot. And not just Black Panther. We're going to be spoiling all the way to the first Iron Man, just in preparation for Infinity War. Because I'm not going to get my hopes too high, but I'm hoping it succeeds because there's a lot of hype building behind it.
Well,
what do you guys think about that? To be honest,
before
let's
I
get
actually
into
say into that, like just saying about you, my thing, I always think to myself, why do you all? Because you always read the spoilers right before going into the movie.
This is the exception. I am not touching spoilers. Normally, in my book, if I can read a spoiler, go in and come out happy, that's a good movie.
Well, okay, and that's fair enough. But then, this is just me. I don't personally like to do that simply because it feels like, I've already seen it now, and now why do I need to bother going to watch it? Where I want to walk out of the movie theater just completely in awe. And I feel like if I read the spoilers first, I'm not going to have that. Now, that's just me. I don't know how you operate, but I personally think that by not being able to read the spoilers, you're going to walk out of this one happy.
Just in case, though, I am taking Chris's advice because this is Infinity War, and it's going to be one of the bigger... I mean, was it on the news? They're already number one in just pre-sales alone.
Oh, yeah, it's already broken.
Didn't they make their money back already?
Yeah, they've already broken even, and they have broken Black Panther's record of pre-sale tickets.
Yeah, well,
now it's Infinity War's coming. Just hold my beer.
Well, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I want to see this. I want to see it succeed. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna get my hopes too high because I have done that before, and a lot of movies flopped because of it.
Force Awakens.
Even not like those kind of blockbusters. I mean, even a good movie. I'm not saying just bad movies. Good movies. If you set it too high, you're gonna get disappointed in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Well, and just on that subject, it's also like when 21 Jump Street was announced and it came out that they were doing it as a comedy. My mom took one look at the trailer like, this is not 21 Jump Street. This is nonsense. And when my sister went and saw it, she said it was amazing. And she said the trick is when you go in, you can't compare it to the original, like the A-Team or Star Trek or 21 Jump Street. You can't compare it to the original, otherwise you're never going to walk out satisfied.
I'm not going to lie. The A-Team reboot movie, I actually liked it.
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
I'm coming from a background of watching the 80s reruns in the 90s. I thought that was the greatest show for kids I have ever seen. But the movie, it was their own take. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and I know how you feel about Star Trek, so no, but like me
as its own movie, I like it.
Yeah,
but if you're comparing it to the canon, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But because I have a friend that he works at a comic shop, This guy pretty much knows almost everything and everything. Nerd. Really, we should get him on the show too.
Yeah, well, one day we will.
Yeah, but like the way he explained it to me was pretty much in the 2009 Star Trek and the sequel Into Darkness. It was pretty much all hinged on the big space battle, where you got the giant USS Vengeance is the giant version of the Enterprise and Into Darkness. You got the giant ship from the '09 movie that Eric Bana was, and so that was one of those. That was the first time they ever did that. You never saw any of the ships in the original stuff that was like bigger than them. Anytime they had a big space battle, it was always ship to ship, and they were equally matched.
Well, I'm not gonna say there were never any large ships. I consider the Borg ship massive.
Well, okay, yeah, the Borg ship, but I guess what I'm talking about is it was kind of getting into nothing but CGI when they were doing Star Trek, the Chris Pine Star Treks. It was mainly getting into like just how big of CGI can we go, and that just kind of took away a small bit of the experience.
Like
but
the last one was decent, but it was lacking. I came out of the theater like a little bit.
Actually, yes, I do see your point, but to me, I do kind of like the fact that they didn't have a giant space battle where it was more, hey, we're going back to what happened before anything from number 1 happened, because the way they did it was in number 3, they went back to all the way to the Enterprise era, because even in both timelines, the only thing that's still canon, like still is concrete, is Captain Archer and Enterprise, and so they took an event from the Enterprise series and made it into the third movie, and it's like it was a problem that the sins of the past never die kind of thing.
Yeah, but you know what's kind of funny about the 2009 Star Trek? They decided to stick to Archer's Enterprise as canon still, which is kind of funny because I have a lot of friends who will not acknowledge Star Trek Enterprise. I liked it. It was good for what it was, you know.
Yeah.
Mankind's first venture out into space. And, you know, oh yeah, here's the Enterprise too. It's good display right there. But yeah, you know, for Mankind's first venture, transporters were new. They could barely hit warp 5 without their engines exploding.
Yeah, because it was still in the experimental stage.
And they're literally not even 100,000 light years. They thought that was far. And then when you consider TNG, where it's like they do that in a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know, canon-wise, it's I don't consider Star Trek the JJ canon, but it's still as a fun popcorn flick. It's still good. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with those kinds of movies if you like it. I mean, there's a lot of bad movies out there that I guarantee every person in the world has that bad movie that you still go back and rewatch because you love it, and you're the only one who probably does. But it's still, I mean, who are we to judge? I mean, who cares?
I'm only slightly ashamed to admit it, but the 1997 Joel Schumacher Batman and Robin with George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay,
that was a horrible movie. Looking at it as an adult, it was a horrible movie as far as the Batman mythos go. But I love it just because I grew up watching it. That was my childhood, so
I watched
that's
it
why
as
I
an
love
adult, unfortunately, so it wasn't as good.
Yeah,
but I admit though, Joe Schumacher's Batman Forever was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, who played the Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey was
his Riddler scared me as a kid.
I
was like,
Jim
wow,
Carrey's
that
Riddler.
dude. There were points there were points as childhood. I mean, I was afraid he would crawl through my window because that's how good Jim Carrey was. He was awesome. And then who was the Two-Face?
Tommy Lee Jones. I love Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones was decent, but I felt like it was more of a Riddler movie.
Yeah, because...
well, it was a Riddler movie. He had that whole island thing.
Well, it started out mainly as Batman versus Two-Face, but then it kind of changed gears from Batman versus Two-Face to Batman versus the Riddler. Because the Riddler came in later when it just started out right from the get-go as Batman versus Two-Face.
You just remind me of Batman and Robin. Remember all the bad puns?
Oh, yeah.
Like
ice puns? Seriously?
I know. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger is like, chill, and he starts shooting people. It's like, oh my God, is this for real? I couldn't believe it watching the movie as an adult. Like I said,
yeah.
I didn't grow up with it, but as an adult, it wasn't good.
Yeah, no, because like they even made a kind of they were poking fun at it in.
Or the reverse freeze. Remember when Robin comes out the water frozen? They actually reversed that shot to do it. It's like, wait a minute, you couldn't just have him pull out of the water?
Oh, okay. No, I need to go back and see that because I had no idea what.
Hey, if you're really gonna rewatch it, look at some of the icicles when the cars moves and stuff. It wiggles.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh my god, it's so fake.
Okay? Now I need to go back and rewatch it.
Well, you don't even need to rewatch the movie. Just type in into YouTube. You people at home could do this too. And if you don't know about this, Batman and Robin icicles. Just type that into YouTube. You should find something like that. Literally, some people have super cut all the scenes where literally the icicles were like really badly designed plastic, and it would wiggle when the car went by. I was like, oh my god.
Okay, no, but real quick, just they even were poking fun at in Batman Arkham Origins on the DLC that was Mr. Freeze front and center. Okay, so you're going through just the part of South Gotham, and you're trying to do your objective, and you hear the background voices, and some guy said an ice punch, like, oh yeah, that is cold, and even the other guy's like, really?
Yeah.
Ice puns? I had to shoot you just for that.
The ice puns were getting too ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, not even just the ice puns. There were too many puns in it. Like, remember where, like, George Clooney pulls out his credit card? Well, I actually like...
Oh, yeah,
like,
Batman credit card.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then, well, I did like the Easter egg where it said Batman under the name, and it's like good through forever. I was like,
Yeah.
It's like, that's clever. But yeah, unfortunately we're getting kind of off topic. We should really get into.
We got way off topic.
Yeah, so Black Panther. What do you guys thought? I loved it. I will admit, I love Winter Soldier, but this is so close to Winter Soldier. I mean, like, this could be like right now for the MCU. Those are the two movies in my mind that are like the greatest.
What I loved about Black Panther is Okay, first of all, Thor Ragnarok, I liked it, but I felt like there was just a tad bit too much trying to be funny.
Well,
where it's like some scenes they should have been serious. Like just give you a quick example, then I'll go right back to Black Panther. The scene where Thor is talking to Valkyrie and he claps at Hulk like, "Give me the ball." So he throws it to him, and then Thor throws the ball at the window, and he's in the middle of saying something, and the ball bounces back and hits him in the head, and it just completely killed the whole building up at that moment.
That was the whole intention, actually. They wanted to kill the mood.
No, but to me, I'm sorry, that they should have just had it go ahead and break the window and had his great hero moment. But when it hit him in the head, it's like, okay, now it's like, that just
wasn't
like,
it director
goes out the window.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, wasn't the director actually his background was comedy films, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why that's what I saw in the interviews when people were asking. He went into Thor Ragnarok. Actually, if you guys see this is a pop vinyl.
This
the massive
this
one.
is the Hulk from the pop vinyl Hulk.
Gladiator Hulk. You guys are gonna have trouble finding this. This is amazing.
Oh yeah.
This is Minnow's pop vinyl. We're just borrowing it for the set, but if I could find it, I'd probably get one too.
Okay.
But he came in from like a comedy background. He even told interviewers like he went in with a comedy background because it's Thor. I mean Thor and Hulk. I mean that's just asking to make jokes.
Oh yeah.
And it's a lighthearted, fun film. It's not gonna get too dark.
Yeah, no, I love Ragnarok and I love the jokes they had in it, but just a couple of them here and there, I felt like okay, they really didn't need to put that in there, and it's a little bit of
understandable
overkill
for that.
But overall, I love Thor Ragnarok. But like I said, now I'm getting back into Black Panther. I feel like the jokes they did in Black Panther were just perfectly placed. Because, like, my wife will tell you this, where I love the fact that they are royal blood. They're supposed to be all prim and proper royalty. But him and his sister Shuri, they're just both brother and sister just messing with each other, just cracking jokes back and forth. Like the scene where she's like, strike the suit. So he kicks it, and he's like, not so hard. What are you trying to do? Break my stuff?
Oh, yeah.
And so then he's like, all right, now kick it again. And she's like, wait, are you recording that?
Yeah.
For research purposes.
Oh, yeah, I love
that
that
And then
scene.
it blows him back. He's like, delete that footage.
Oh, man, that was one of the greatest.
I love the fact that both T'Challa, he's the king, and she's the princess, and they're still just brother and sister messing with each other.
Yeah.
It just shows it's a family-oriented thing.
Yeah, well, Black Panther for me, I mean, I love the family dynamic and all that too. well, we already mentioned this. This is spoiler warning and all that, but just to remind people. But that whole scene where it's like the cousin, the long lost cousin of his.
Yeah.
Was it the younger brother of?
It was the younger brother of
I think that was the
T'Chaka.
older.
Yeah, it was his younger brother.
Yeah, because think about it. If it was the older brother of T'Chaka, the older brother would have taken the throne.
Yeah.
So T'Chaka was the older brother, Genobu was the younger, and then he had a child with an American woman, and of course T'Challa was straight up Wakandan.
Yeah, well, of course he was half, and I like that. It was like a whole family dynamic. It's like, oh, he wasn't. Of course, they wanted to hide the fact that his younger brother was murdered by his older brother, plus the whole not pure Wakandan thing. I mean, there's a lot of under the skin. If you watch it enough times, there's a lot of subliminal things like with society in that whole movie. Actually,
Yeah.
it's like, should we help? Should we not? I mean, there's like so many ethical questions in that movie.
Yeah,
that was like, that's how good it is.
I think that was what they were shooting for. Hey, yes, we cannot let our weapons fall into the hands of people that are trying to hurt other people. But
Yeah,
we
oppressed.
But we can do our best to control it, and if we can help, we have to.
Yeah, well,
So
he was willing to get his Genobu, right? The what's his name? The guy who comes try to take the throne.
Eric Killmonger.
Yeah, there's Killmonger. Killmonger was like, oh, we're gonna give the weapons to the masses, the ones that have been put down and all that. Yeah, it sounds good in theory. But then when you think of the big picture, a lot of people are going to get killed. So it's stuff like this. It's like, wow, it's so good.
Which is why they had to dethrone him.
You guys got to remember, this is coming from a Marvel film. This is like, you're not expecting this. You're expecting, oh, punch, punch, punch. Wow, it's done. It's spectacular and all that. But this one actually had a message behind it. And I was like surprised. Winter Soldier did the same thing for me. It's like, are we willing to sacrifice our freedom to be safe? Or vice versa,
Yeah.
Too much freedom, we're not safe. That kind of situation. It's really good.
It just occurred to me.
I hope
that,
Russo does the same thing in the Infinity War.
Yeah, for real. It just occurred to me. We've been pronouncing the younger brother that got killed. We've been pronouncing his name wrong. It's Njobu, and the son's Wakandan name is Njidaka.
Yeah.
So that was on me. I apologize.
Well, it's all good. We're gonna get some of the names wrong, unfortunately, because it isn't out on Blu-ray yet. So we haven't rewatched it that many times to start memorizing names. So please apologize for that, but we're gonna get some of this stuff wrong.
Okay, about the question about T'Challa's and Eric Killmonger's who's older, there's a topic. They do talk about it, but most people have been guessing that T'Challa's actually older. So what do you think?
Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I think he is older.
I
to
would
be honest.
imagine T'Challa was born first, and then Eric. I guess in that sense, it doesn't really matter. It's what would matter is T'Chaka and his brother. Which one was older?
Yeah, well, that too. And also, you gotta imagine, though, his son was born in secret. Even his older brother did not know there was a son.
Yeah.
Didn't he just leave? And the whole reason that happened is because he didn't know there was a son.
Well, I would
Or
say,
did he just really leave the child?
No, I think he just straight up left the child because they brought that up when Forrest Whitaker was confessing all this to Chadwick Boseman because he finally just like, hey, I'm your king now. I need to know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, right. And, Forrest Whitaker probably knew. Yeah, he was telling the story about that, the child. So he must have known at the time.
Yeah, so...
But he was only half Wakandan or something.
Yeah, and plus, when T'Chaka said, speak nothing of this, and then Zuri, he had to have known about the boy because he spent so much time with the brother, and I'm sure he told T'Chaka about the boy, but in order to keep up the lie, they had to leave him behind. Well, not had to. I was gonna say this earlier, but now I can say it now. I feel like it was very unnecessary to leave the boy behind. If they had just straight up said, just all cards on the table, like, yeah, my brother betrayed our country, and when I confronted him, I had to kill him. Because if he didn't, he was going to kill Zuri.
He was the one who allowed Ulysses Claw to steal the vibranium,
he
right?
helped Claw steal the vibranium. And so basically, I was going to bring him back here, but then he attacked Zuri, and I reacted, and he died. So this is what happened. If he had just been straight up right from the get-go...
You attacked him!
Shut up.
Oh, no! So you're the villain! The whole reason Black Panther happened was you!
No, but, okay, if he had just been straight right from the get-go, all cards on the table, then he wouldn't have had to leave Eric Killmonger. He could have brought him back to Wakanda and be like, hey, this is our culture, and this is what we are, and...
Well, was there a mother? The mother was dead at the time, right? Or we didn't really see a mother.
The only time they mentioned the mother is just to say the fact...
She was American.
Yeah, to say the fact that the brother fell in love with an American woman and they had a child. That was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, the mother was completely absent.
It could have been either she raised the boy, because I would figure she would raise the boy or something, you know. Or either that, or there was no mother and he had to grow up in the system, which made him bitter. That's a possibility. That's more speculation area, so we're not gonna know until officially Marvel says something.
Yeah, I feel like with that kind of background...
that would make more sense, though.
Yeah,
if he had no parents at all after that whole incident.
Yeah, because
growing up in foster homes. Didn't he even mention he was in foster homes?
I think so. Yeah. So
it sounds familiar somewhere.
I need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would make more sense for the mother to have maybe died
or something like that.
Left, or what I would. If I was writing, this is just me, I would have had her die rather than just go, because I don't like the idea of parents just splitting on the kids, even though it's reality. It happens, but
I think there was no parents, unfortunately, and that's why he was bitter with the world and, you know, injustice and all that, his whole cause.
Yeah, and the fact...
Which is understandable.
And the fact that his Wakandan family, Wakanda is basically the whole country...
Is one family.
And they felt that, hey, they left me there by myself. And to add insult to injury, my uncle killed my dad.
Yeah, well... I was gonna say stuff happens, but yeah, this is Marvel film, so yeah. There's always a plan, but yeah, it's one of the great. I meant the writing is so great.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, this is like, it's gonna be. What do you think? You guys think it's gonna? Do you think you're coming from Black Panther? Are you gonna? Do you think Infinity War is gonna top this? Well, you're coming off of greatness right here. It's gonna be hard to follow up.
I feel like Black Panther is really hard to follow up.
And this is hilarious because it's literally, 3 months in between? It's going to be really bad to follow up.
Well, I feel like, okay, this is how I view the Avengers movie. Avengers 1, it knocked it out of the park simply because it was the first time they had ever done anything like that. And so by the time Ultron came out, it was still good. Everybody was still excited for Avengers because, oh god, this is gonna be just like Avengers 1. We're gonna walk out.
The follow-up was bad.
Well,
it was okay. It wasn't a bad movie. Like I said, there is no bad Marvel films. They are all good. They're just, some of them are fun to watch and some of them are great. That's pretty much the entire category of Marvel films. Age of Ultron, fun to watch, but if you really wanted to skip it, you could have. That's unfortunate, though.
Actually, not really.
Well,
not really.
Age of Ultron and into Civil War.
Yeah, because Civil War comes right off the heels of Ultron, and so pretty much everything as to why it's happening in Civil War, you need to know what's going on in Age of Ultron. So pretty much, the only thing... Okay, I have a friend in one of my classes. He only went and saw Black Panther. Excuse me. And he only went and saw Black Panther. And so he says he and his wife are trying to get into the
whole MCU.
Into the whole MCU.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah. And I told him, okay, even if you don't care about any other character, at the very least, I will recommend Civil War just because you loved Black Panther
and he's in the movie.
And I would say just watch, even if that's the only character you care about, just watch Civil War because it introduces T'Challa.
Yeah. Oh, what was the other topics you wanted to discuss? Because we're kind of running into Black Panther for a while.
We can go on forever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
by the time we're done talking about Wakanda would be here.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. And then out of nowhere, one of the boat they drive was not challenged, and I get killed.
I would say, how about, Well, since Jessica Jones was just coming out.
Well, did you guys? You guys didn't
No.
finish it,
well,
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, me
Yeah.
and Chris, we haven't finished it.
And
but
it's still
we-
new. I don't want to talk about spoilers.
Yeah, no, let's skip past Jessica
Well,
Jones.
I'll tell the audience without spoilers.
Yeah, do some
If you
review.
loved season 1, well, I'm gonna spoil season 1 because it's been what 2 years already.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Defenders and all that.
Yeah.
If you love Jessica Jones and the whole purple man, right?
Kilgrave.
Kilgrave. Well, if you loved all that stuff, it's still season 2 follows on the mood of season 1. It's literally almost a carbon copy of season 1. So
Just with a different story.
with a different story, so it still holds up. I'm not gonna lie, there are parts that do slow down, and of course it's season 2, so it's gonna be expected, but it still holds a good ranking in my book. So
Yeah.
I would suggest you at least, even if you watch season 1, you should really finish season 2.
Yeah, because I kind of felt like, now, I love Daredevil season 2, but I felt like I enjoyed Daredevil season 1 more than I did number 2.
I did too.
Because mainly, my big thing about Daredevil season 2 was I wanted to see Daredevil and the Punisher square off, and then after that went out the window for like 4 episodes, and then we're starting to get into the Hand story. I felt like it was kind of slowing down because I felt like
They're trying to build up to the Defenders.
yeah, and it's still a good story. I love Daredevil season 2, but I felt like by the time I got to number 13, I'm like, oh wow, this took forever.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna disagree with you there. Season 1 of Daredevil is amazing because
Oh, yeah,
you
that-
saw Daredevil before he was officially Daredevil. He was just the devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Straight up black bandana across his eyes.
The Frank Miller run.
Yeah, I mean it was so good. I was like, this is Daredevil at his earliest years. This was Frank Miller. Batman Year One, right?
Yeah.
I read some of that. It's pretty good.
No, Frank Miller was Dark Knight Returns.
Wait, which one was Batman Year One? Who wrote that?
Let me check.
Yeah, because he could have written both, but
Batman Year One was amazing though.
Oh yeah, I love Batman
That
Year
was
One.
like that reminded me of Batman Year One. Really early on, he's making mistakes. He's hitting the walls,
Okay,
breaking.
right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for
Yeah, that's
But the
okay.
writer is actually Frank Miller.
Ah, I was right.
Okay, yeah, so he did
Ha!
do both.
Shameful, you DC fan, you have failed today. I have challenged you today, and you have lost. Oh, no, yeah, but it reminded me of that. So yeah, you guys should really check all of them at least.
Yeah.
You have Netflix, go for it.
And they gave Iron Fist so much crap.
I loved it.
I loved Iron Fist mainly because of all the martial arts and and really someone actually made a good point about this. I can't even remember. Oh no, it was at Galleria, and it was a guy at Box Lunch. He actually made a good point about Iron Fist, where the whole tone of the series. Yes, he's fighting the Hand. He's got to be the living weapon, but you know what? The way the Iron Fist carries himself, the way Danny Rand carries himself, it's not the dark, brooding, weighs heavy on the soul. It's just like, hey, I'm a lighthearted guy,
Yeah.
but I'm going through this, and yeah, there's gonna be.
He still sees hope. There's
yeah,
a lot of
he's very optimistic.
Yeah, he still sees light. I mean, I love Batman too, like you and all that, but there's a point where Batman's just only darkness is because he's starting to lose faith.
Yeah, because
The Danny Rand though in Iron Fist, he still has faith. He doesn't want to kill you. He just wants to take you down.
yeah, one of the most pinnacle points of what you just said of he doesn't want to kill you was in the episode 6 of Iron Fist, where he's not really hallucinating, but it's like he has an unspoken connection back to Kunlun, and he can still kind of see his master talking to him.
Oh, and he's like, do what's necessary.
Yeah, and his hallucination. I say that, but that's not really what it is. So bear with me.
Oh, it wasn't it? It was that scene when then Madame Gao challenged him or
Yeah,
something,
it
and
was-
then there
it
was
was
that girl who stuck him with like poison and made him hallucinate.
It was the very last challenge of that episode.
right.
It was where he basically he would have won the challenge if Gao hadn't cheated.
Yeah.
And so
And he didn't have the heart to kill her.
Yeah, and the master was saying, yeah, you strike them down. That's what you were. That's what you're supposed to do.
You
You're
were
the
trained.
Iron Fist. You're a living weapon. That's what you were trained to do. But he didn't want to do it. He didn't
Yeah.
want to cross that line.
Because he still had morals.
Yeah. So
Yeah, well, it's Kunlun. I mean, they deal in absolutes. It's like destroy or be destroyed, pretty
yeah.
much.
And just saying what you said about Batman just being nothing but darkness. There was it wasn't the best animated movie. I love the book more than I do the movie, but The Killing Joke, it wasn't a bad animated movie. I love it.
I watched it too, and I have the book. The movie was bad.
Yeah, like,
And I was so sad because, was it Mark Hamill? He even agreed to come back if they did Killing Joke, and he did.
Yeah.
And it was like such a waste.
Now the one scene I do love about
What, the bat sex?
No, shut up, man. No.
That was the worst.
That was just put in there just to.
It
lead
was
up to the Killing
hilarious.
Joke.
I read the book, and then when I watched that scene, I was like, "Where was this in the book?" I actually had to go back and flip through the book.
No, that whole 30 minutes of Batgirl before she got shot, that was made specifically just for that movie.
I was like, why?
The whole book starts out is Batman goes to Arkham just to sit down with him and talk to him like, hey, if we keep going the way we're going, it's going to end badly. One of us, either both of us or one of us is going to end up killing each other, so maybe we can just stop. And then it goes into him shooting Barbara Gordon story.
I had a friend who mentioned that scene. It's like the whole Batman, Batgirl sex scene was like, literally, that was like a nerdgasm for lonely people.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I could kind of see that.
That was gratuitous. I'll give you that.
I was like,
Fan
yeah,
service.
you don't need
Yeah.
that scene. It was kind of lame.
No, but what I was going to say about that scene, it takes place right before the sex scene, but there's just saying about what you said about how...
Right before the sex scene. There is nothing before the sex scene. There
Yeah.
is only the sex scene.
There are no chicks with dicks, only guys with tits.
Yeah.
No.
You gotta rewind it and watch it 20 times, and then then you get the bat sex.
No, but okay.
No,
so,
bat sex.
No, shut up. I'm trying to say something here. So, when he and Batgirl are arguing about the current case they're on, and he's saying, "No, this is still a game for you. You're not in it like I am, and you haven't been taken to the edge like I have." And she's like, "What edge? What are you talking about?" And it's the place where you just don't care anymore. It's the
Yeah.
place where all hope dies. And it's just that scene. There's a small pause right before he says, "You're off the case." It's like it's like in that moment he's just looking back, seeing all the pain he's endured, all the people he's lost, and it was like a shame moment where like he's looking back at what he could have done to prevent that, but he didn't. And really, truthfully, when you look back with a clear head, there's really nothing you can do. It's all survivor's guilt. But just that one scene plays exactly to what you said about just that the hopelessness, and you just keep going because it's all you know. But
You gotta put one foot ahead of the other.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
and that's what he was doing right when he said that, where, hey, this isn't a thrill anymore for me. I'm doing it because of the promise I made to my parents. But no, this is a soul-sucking thing we're doing here, because at that point, yeah, basically he was numb. He was practically emotionless at this point of his career as Batman. But he just kept doing it because, hey, this is what I promised
That's
my
all
parents.
he has left. To be
Yeah.
honest, that's what I like about Batman. I mentioned this in the earlier podcast a couple of months ago. I'm more Marvel than DC, but the thing I do admire about Batman, and it's story writing, of course, but you see Batman in the early years, he wants to go out, fight crime, make the city better and all this. But if you keep on reading over the years, you see parts of his soul get taken away. It's that literally parts of his soul is like being ripped from him. Eventually it's like just darkness. I mean, like, you know, he still has his moral code. There's, I will kill, I won't kill. He won't cross that line. But literally at the end of what you were saying, his end of the career, it's like, this is all I have left. It's literally, there's a point where you read the comics. I read some of the Batman comics. It's pretty good. You gotta ask yourself in these comics, is he really Bruce Wayne anymore, or is he really just Batman?
No, okay, according to Kevin Conroy, when he was doing the animated series in the 90s run, he actually said this in an interview. He made the decision very early on that the way he's portraying Batman is
Bruce Wayne is
Bruce Wayne is the mask. Yeah, and so when he's facing the public, when he's
facade.
Yeah, that's the facade. That's his mask. And then when he goes down into the Batcave, he's taking off his mask of, okay, Bruce Wayne, I don't need that right now. I'm being Batman right now. This is who I am.
Yeah, that's what I like about the stories. Then you start to, the lines blur who he is.
Yeah.
It's dual identities. That's what I love about It's not too extreme in Superman. Clark Kent, Superman, but there you can always there's Clark Kent and there's Superman.
Well, I'm just saying.
But when they blur it, when it gets interesting.
Yeah, but like what you said about this is all I have left. There was one line in Psycho during the psychiatrist scene right before
American Psycho, right?
No, the original
Psycho.
Alfred Hitchcock Psycho.
Yeah.
With the psychiatrist scene, there's one line he says, "When the mind houses two personalities, there's always a conflict, and eventually the dominant personality will win out." And in Batman's case, that's all he had left. So he is
The Batman.
to his core, and Bruce Wayne is his mask.
Yeah, well, it turns out it was like a remnants of his former life. Batman was his life, or what he was.
Yeah, exactly. That's who he transformed himself into.
Wow, I can't believe it, though. I gotta retract, though. We started talking about Iron Fist. We went into Batman.
Yeah, no,
This is why it's called Nerd Unpacked. This is amazing, people. We unpack a box, and you know what you're gonna get. It's like Loot Crate, but for talking.
Yeah, for real.
It's like
Except for the part that you told Tokyo Drift from this topic to other topic.
Yeah,
just like that.
We should warn you ahead of time. When we sometimes Nerd Unpacked, we'll drift. We are the drifters.
Oh yeah. We will
Hey,
veer off to like
anime
just
fans
different
out there,
topics.
you know what I'm talking about. Drifters. Look it up.
Okay, just a really quick snap from the update that I just received. Apparently, YouTube headquarters just happened to have a shootout.
What?
Like terrorist shooting.
In the
At
headquarters?
Yes, the headquarters.
Oh,
of YouTube.
I thought somebody. Wow.
Well, according to the news right now, it said a woman shot and injured multiple people at the YouTube headquarters in San Bruno Tuesday afternoon, which is like 15 minutes ago. Apparently.
Wow.
Jeez.
Before
Is this live?
It
No,
just happened
no.
15 minutes ago.
Yeah, and
Wow.
before taking her own life, so she's dead.
Well, do they have any? Wow. Well, we're getting off topic, but this is something that needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
So, what was it? Just a random person, or is it a former employee or something?
Disgruntled employee.
Right now, the
They have no-
investigation is still going, so
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
too
know
early.
much about that.
Unfortunately, it's too
Yes.
early. But yeah, our prayers go to those people who are hurt, and let's hope nobody was actually injured.
Like fatally.
Yeah,
Right.
like the victims, of course. Well, the person who you said the disgruntled woman. That's too late for her.
Well, she's done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
And I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
We'll keep on checking on that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
for real.
So, well, that's just a quick snap on the, like
The news
the
of
news.
Yeah.
yeah,
God.
Yeah, so
I hope everything turns out okay.
yeah.
yeah.
And well, let's just move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Scott
Drift
Hart.
back.
Yeah.
Drift back to the Nerd Unpacked podcast.
Yeah, and then we'll go off to a whole nother topic from that.
Or how you wanted to bring Tron to Lego and could not find it.
Oh my God, yeah. So before I came here, I went to Target to try to find it because what I read on their announcement for the Legotron is that it was March 31st as to when it'll be released. So I went to Target to bring it here because I wanted to assemble it here, and they didn't have it.
Yeah, Lego is like that. It's weird. Normally, when I do want like really hard sets to find, it's either the best place to get it is either on their website or at their actual Lego stores. Because unfortunately, what I noticed over the years of like just buying Legos, you can't really find any of the good sets anywhere like at Walmart, Target. They tend
No.
to you'll see them once in a while, but they trickle down the chain. It's like kind of sad. I don't know. I think it's Lego. They want you to come to the Lego store and not go to Walmart where you can get it like $1 less or something. They're still losing $1.
Right.
Lego wants that $1.
Well, the thing is, this is like a marketing,
Ploy.
not really more
I
ploy,
feel
but
like it is.
strategy.
It probably is too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Because they want you to come to
Lego
the
store.
actual store, but they also distribute it to the retail, so
because
you get more people.
more people seeing their
the
their
stuff.
toys.
Yeah. Stuff.
Speaking of toys, if you are in the Dallas Metroplex, I highly recommend. I went a couple of days ago. There was a event called North Texas Toy Show. Wow, you don't even have to be a nerd. If you want to recapture some of your youth, if you like Hot Wheels, even some of the ladies out there, if you like Barbie back in the day, I mean Hot Wheels, Legos, Barbies, Ninja Turtles,
Tell them about Ty, Barbie.
Hey, Ty Barbie is real and it's owned now. Yeah, well, that I'll get into in a sec. But Dallas, North Texas Toy Show, it's really good. Eventually, we'll put a link to it because they have a show it's every first Saturday of the month. It's just local dealers coming in and selling to the population. Sorry about that, people. But yeah, it's just local people, and the great part about that, nothing is final. You can always haggle these people. It's not like set price. Some of the stuff I got was like, wow. There's like that day I saw a Picard action figure, Jean-Luc Picard, Playmates, early 90s. Dude wanted like $15-$20. I talked them down to $8. You can haggle at these places, and even Minnow there saw some of his toys. He's behind our camera right now, but Minnow, he saw like Ninja Turtles back he was saying, wow, this is my toy. And I was like, I'm not old enough for that, cause yeah. But yeah, if you really want to check it out, it's called North Texas Toy Show every first Saturday. I guarantee you will not regret it. $2 to get in, and be prepared to bring cash, because I saw ATM machines there, and they're gonna charge you an arm and a leg just for the ATM machines. But yeah,
because people will pay an arm and a leg for it.
yeah, I mean, bring your own cash, and also set aside a good hour or two, because there's a lot of things. I was there, and even some of the stuff I skimmed because there was too much stuff to look at, and I was like, yeah, I'm tired of walking. But yeah, a lot of the good stuff was there. And also on that day, just Chris was reminding me, on the way back, there's a place called Dallas Vintage Toy. I love this place. Same situation, all the toys of our past. If you're a 90s fan, 80s fan, 70s fan, they got toys from all the way back then. Unfortunately, it's an actual retail store, so no haggling. But you were mentioning Thai Barbie. It's an actual Barbie doll, but it's in a traditional Thai costume. I will not lie. I told friends this for years. I don't care what it makes me look like. I was going to go buy it. I saw it there for $10. Box was kind of smushed, but I don't care. It's my people. I'm going to buy and represent. If there was a Greek Barbie, I would totally buy it for you. So you can sleep next to it during those lonely nights when your wife is like, I'm sleeping on the couch because you snore too much. Or I can always get a body pillow.
He's the one who get the couch.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting bed.
Yeah, she'll kick me out of my room.
And then what are you gonna sleep with? The body pillow, right?
Yeah.
Is it Naruto?
No.
Who
It's
is
somebody.
Oh, all right.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, but yeah, just let people know North Texas Toy Show. It's really awesome. Nerd geeks, whatever. It's what we love about this stuff. All right, and what was the other stuff we were going to get into?
Well, how about Infinity?
Infinity War.
Coming up.
We have been
we've been on and off on that one.
Yeah, but I don't want to get into fan speculation. This is what's gonna happen with Star Wars. Remember?
Yeah. It's
Unfortunately, I don't understand the whole controversy. People didn't like it because it wasn't their fan theories. Of course, it's not your fan theories. That's what they call fan theories or fan fiction. That's why you write it. These studios they're not gonna like, I want your story. No, they're gonna make their own story. So don't go in expecting like it's gonna be my story they write. No.
Yeah, because when I was looking at it, I actually thought straight up that Rey was maybe Luke's long lost daughter,
and it turned out wasn't.
Yeah, no, she's basically just some random character they plucked out of the galaxy and threw into this story.
Yeah, one with force powers. I mean, that kid in that. Spoiler alert again, but everybody knows this already. There was that kid that was on that planet with those alien horses or whatever it was.
I call it the Las Vegas planet.
No, I call it Casino Royale. Yeah. It's like only thing we're missing is Daniel Craig going in there. He's like, I'm James Bond. No, but there was that kid who like had force powers.
Yeah,
that was
force
literally
sensitive.
Rey. She had no line. People were speculating either Luke Skywalker's kid or like Obi-Wan's grandchild or something like that. I don't listen to fan theories. And that's why I don't want to do fan theories on this channel. We could go into rumors, but every rumor is taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah, because when I went and saw Last Jedi, I was hoping, keyword hoping, but I did not let that distract me from the takeaway of the movie because, yeah, as it turns out, the director had actually said why he didn't make Rey related to Luke or any of the others. He revealed why he just kind of plucked her out of some random spot in the galaxy and threw her into the story is because she was saying to Luke, I need someone to show me my place in all this. Well, now Luke's gone, and
She has her place.
Yeah.
She's now the next Jedi.
well, now it's not even that where he wanted to write her as, hey, nobody's just gonna tell you, okay, you go here or you go here.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
You gotta find your own
yeah.
path.
No, she's gotta find her place in this story. So
You know what I liked about that movie too, because literally she's following the same path Luke Skywalker is. Because you know Yoda in what was it, Empire Strikes Back gave him the basics of the Jedi.
Yeah.
and he built on that.
He built on that. The whole Jedi school and stuff, that was all him. That was him by himself. He designed it and all that. Of course, it didn't work out for him and all that, but he followed his own path. He literally built the Jedi by himself. And Rey looks like it's gonna do the same thing. You know, it could be Force Ghost, it could be some off-planet Jedi that's left over remnant or somewhere.
Or even if she doesn't do that, maybe
Or she finds her own path to become her version of what she thinks should be a Jedi.
yeah, or even if she doesn't do the exact same thing Luke does, or even if she doesn't start in
What,
Luke's
she
school-
doesn't drink that blue milk?
Ew.
Okay, that was the most pointless point. I will admit, though, that was just thrown into there, maybe like a joke or something.
I watched that scene in the theater and I was like, what the hell is this?
It was so unappetizing ever.
I almost
No.
literally, I think I ordered popcorn that day. I literally spat my popcorn back out. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to eat no more.
Yeah.
I went home with a big bag of popcorn. That scene scares the living heck out of me.
Yeah, no, that was probably the most pointless scene in that movie, in my opinion.
People have heard of porn, but that was something else.
Oh yeah, no, that was disgusting. But anyway, so
Well, now, side note to that, now we know where the blue milk comes from. Hey, at least we answered one thing. That
the
whole
age-old question.
The age-old question, where did the blue milk come from? We know now. Unfortunately, that was the problem with that movie. So many unanswered questions, and they only answered a couple of things, like the blue milk.
The one thing that I did not like about, I was actually a little angry about this, but I still walked out of Last Jedi.
It was a good
amazed.
movie.
I
I liked it.
Like,
I'm not gonna.
to me, it wasn't like where okay, my idea of just being blown away by a movie was when I was a kid. My parents went and took me to see me and my sister. They took us to see Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I walked out amazed because little kids will be amazed by anything. But that's what I view as being just walking out of a movie and just being blown away. So I didn't have that when I walked out of Last Jedi, but I was amazed a lot more walking out of Last Jedi than I did Force Awakens.
Yeah, well, Force Awakens, even my sister was the first of all of us to get it. When we walked out of the theater, remember, Force Awakens, she literally comes to me, well, to the group we were with, like, she said, is it just me or did we just watch New Hope?
That's exactly what it was. It was New Hope revisited, just with a few changes to it.
Yeah, it's not the Death Star, it's bigger. It's like, oh, it's New Hope.
Yeah, and then I do love, however, in Last Jedi, some of the jokes they did, like when Rey and Luke are standing in the temple over the old books, and he's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Rey. Where are you from? It's, nowhere? Oh, come on, nobody's from nowhere. Where are you from?
Jacko.
Okay, that pretty much is nowhere.
Oh, I liked Last Jedi. It was a good movie. Good follow-up, of course, better than Force Awakens in my book, but unfortunately left too many questions unanswered, which
Like,
really...
who is Snoke? They never answered that.
It just literally halfway through the movie killed him, and I was mad. I was like, is that it?
Yeah, that like.
I mean, you saw him use the Force. It's like, so he has to be a Force wielder. Is he part of the dark side? Is he not? Is he just a Force wielder? Or is he just a bad man? I don't know. They killed him before we even answered that.
I did not like that,
Rey
too.
situation, who is her parents, same thing. They didn't mention. They just say, "Oh, he just left you on the planet." So I guess they're just drunks or something that just sold her for money.
Well, that one I can get on board with more than I can the Snoke situation, because Snoke, he's a pinnacle character in Force Awakens. He was just the the Emperor Palpatine kind. He's just overshadowing everything. But in The Last Jedi, he was a major character and a major plot point as to, hey, Snoke brought Kylo Ren over to the dark side. So
But yeah,
you want to know who this is and where he comes from, but then they just killed him off like
and it
that.
fell
and then,
flat on our faces.
Yeah.
It literally like, wow. So you built him up for 2 movies and did not execute it.
yeah, no, I will admit that was one thing I was
And there was
angry about
another thing
with
that-
Last Jedi.
There was another thing that I didn't like about them. Well, this is more nitpicks, but I think a lot of people are gonna get behind this. Like, dang it, Yoda. I mean, like, all the force powers and all that. He sends lightning down. There's a plot. That's a more of a plot hole.
Not really, because I think Yoda was going with the mentality of, hey, I had my time intervening.
I'm talking about the lightning.
I know, but just let me
Yeah.
let me make this point real quick. With Yoda, he was more, yes, I could if I really. It's kind of like, I mean, you can take this with a grain of salt if you want to, but it's kind of like the view of God, where.
Yeah, he literally became God.
Yeah, like basically, if God really wanted to, he could split the sky open and just intervene in every one of our problems as human beings. He could,
But he doesn't.
But he's not going to. And I think that's what Yoda was viewing it as. When he became one with the Force, he had all this power, and he was even more powerful. To quote Alec Guinness, I've become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
But no, he has this power now.
He's so powerful, he went from CGI back to puppet.
No, I was actually really glad they did
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna lie. The puppet Yoda is a lot better than CG.
Yeah.
The only thing I appreciate about the CG was you finally got to see Yoda fight Palpatine at his best, and of course he lost, but it was still a fun thing to watch.
Oh, yeah,
But
I love
the
the-
rest of it. Nah, I rather prefer puppet.
See, to me, I actually don't have a problem with the prequels. I'll admit, some points of them are like, but to me, I grew up watching the prequels. It's going back to our Batman and Robin topic, where even if it's a horrible movie, but you grew up watching it as a kid, and you love it, but then when you watch it as an adult, you're like, wow, this is a horrible movie, but I love it because it was my childhood. That's kind of how I view the prequels. To me, number 2, Attack of the Clones, was my favorite out of the prequels, and everybody I talked to says, oh, why? That was the worst one of all.
For me, it was decent. It wasn't bad, but it was a lot better than Episode 1 in my book.
The only saving grace
Was the pod racing was awesome.
Well, yeah, that was awesome, but no, for me, the only saving grace for Phantom Menace was
Liam Neeson.
Thank you, Liam Neeson. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Liam Neeson,
That movie would have bombed.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Liam Neeson, I would have only been watching that movie just for the sake of knowing what
Yeah.
happened in the Star Wars
The
mythos.
only reason I liked Attack of the Clones is because it answered 2 questions. From New Hope was we served together during the Clone Wars. That whole scene where Alec Guinness, he's like talking about who was my father to Luke and all that. And Yoda fight the first time he fought Count Dooku.
I love the Chris Lee Yoda fight.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That I love that fight, and I pretty much love whenever Yoda whips out his lightsaber.
Yeah,
and
because
just fights.
it's like you're gonna lose a limb probably. but getting back to the Last Jedi, unfortunately, there's so many unanswered questions, so many like throwaways, like Admiral Akbar getting killed. You didn't even
I'll
see.
give you that. That should have been Admiral Akbar's.
You didn't even
death.
see Admiral Akbar get killed. You just heard of him get killed. It's like, oh, we just lost Admiral Akbar. He was on the bridge. It's like, wait, I didn't see him. I just saw his species. Yes, I saw a couple of his species, but I never saw Admiral Akbar. It's like lame. And also, like, who was that woman who with the purple hair?
Vice Admiral Haldo.
Yeah, that should have been Akbar's death.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about this while you were saying that. I will tell anybody who will listen that I feel like I love Laura Dern. Do not get me wrong. I love Laura Dern because I especially loved her in the Jurassic Park movies. But I feel like they just called Laura Dern up and like, ring, ring. Hey, Laura Dern, it's Lucasfilm. Hey, we're making a new Star Wars film. You want in? I don't care who you play, we will make a character for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just strictly made that character just because they wanted Laura Dern in that movie.
Yeah, and then that's unfortunately that also killed because we know the actor who played Admiral Akbar is deceased.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to have him voice. You could just like off camera, movie magic it. You don't even have to show Admiral Akbar. You can just see he's like, hey, the ship is moving by itself. Who's at command? And then they see it's like Akbar in command, and he just rams the ship. You don't even have to show it, and that would have been the greatest send-off in Star Wars history.
No, like, if I'm talking seriousness, no, I wouldn't want to put this if like, let's say we redid it and we put Admiral Akbar and the death of Admiral Holdo, like, just switch
them around.
Yeah, like, just switch that. Like, if I was doing it seriously, I wouldn't have this joke in there, but, like, just us
it's a trap.
like, us being goofy, but, like, right before they go to warp, he's like, warp, listen to me. Right? Okay,
they're going to warp. They're warp 9.
I had a ding-dong moment. Okay, so right before the jump to hyperspace into the First Order ship.
They warped, of course, because Star Trek is always there.
It is the god over Star Wars. No,
I'm not going to say that, but
yeah, no, I'm just playing.
Both universes are great.
Oh, yeah, I love
just
both.
keep it as is.
Yeah, but like, let's say if that was Admiral Akbar, I've joked around about this to where, be like, right before the jump to hyperspace, he's like, it's a trap, and then boom.
Yeah, remember when we watched the movie? It was kind of hilarious. The first week we saw it, we was like, that should have been Akbar's, and we mentioned like, oh, it should have been like, she says, it's a trap, and then, I'm not sure, I guarantee you people who are watching this know of this channel, how it should have ended. The channel for YouTube.
Oh, yeah,
they put that in. They said, it's a trap, and then he rams. I was like, yeah, that should have been how it really ended.
Yeah, because now if I was actually talking serious for a second, and I did put...
They stole our idea. Nah.
Yeah, no, shut up. No, but like if we did switch it and we put Admiral Akbar doing the
suicide run.
Yes,
that's what it was.
Yeah, if they had put Admiral Akbar in there, even if they didn't have him say anything and just showed him doing it, that still would have been good. It would have been a good send-off for Akbar.
You wouldn't even you could have done what happened to him on the bridge. You didn't see him get killed, but you knew he got killed.
Yeah.
Just have the ship move and be like, who's on the bridge? It's like Admiral Akbar's missing or something like that. And you people will reason it's like, oh, he's on the ship and he rams them.
Yeah,
you don't even have to show him.
Like what you say is, wait, the ship's moving. Who's piloting it?
Yeah.
It's like, where's Admiral Akbar? And then it just shows him pushing buttons.
Yeah,
like
you didn't even have to literally have him speak. You have some double like in the suit and just pushing buttons and rams them, like pulls the lever and then warp.
Now I got you doing it.
Dang it! It's hyperspace. It's hyperspace into the ship. It would have been amazing. But unfortunately, that's what I feel a lot about Last Jedi. Unfortunately, it was a lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah.
One of my friends mentioned like a couple of months ago. He calls it Star Wars: The Last what did he say? He said the last dang it. I'm tongue-tied. I'm sorry, people. The last expectation. he said Star Wars: The Last Expectation to a theater not near you, or something. He makes jokes like that, but I was like, I kind of feel like that. It's like you're expecting so much, and then it falls flat on people's faces. It's like,
Yeah, but my sister actually made this comment about Mark Hamill.
They used them well in this movie, though. I'm not gonna lie. Mark Hamill in this movie was good.
I actually I love Mark Hamill as an actor. I love him as a person. A couple things I have a problem with him, but that's one of those agree to disagree things because you're never gonna change somebody's point of view. But anyway, excuse me. I love Mark Hamill in this movie because my sister made this point about when number 4 came out. Back then, cheesy acting was still accepted, and I kind of felt like that's where Mark Hamill was when he got his big break in Star Wars. But it just shows how much he's come.
Yeah, because he's good.
Oh, yeah, because it just shows how far he's come in his acting career and how he has honed his skills coming up to this. Because just watching him in in The Last Jedi, I was like, this is Mark Hamill
At his best.
at his prime in his acting
Yeah,
career.
and that's kind of weird because normally when actors get that old, they're starting to lose their prime. You know, there's Harrison Ford. He's still good, but you could tell he's kind of like sliding by now.
Only a little, but I still
But
love,
it's
Harrison
it's still
Ford.
a minute, but it's doing it. But Mark Hamill at this age is still like at his peak.
Oh, yeah,
like that
'cause,
whole scene where he's like to Kylo Ren, he's like, "See you around, kid." I was like, "Oh, it's like it's tingling to the skin." It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. And one, you and I have talked about this actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of want to get into as to why Kylo Ren turned on him. Like
Oh well,
like just the
oh,
scene.
wasn't that whole scene where it's like he saw what was in his mind? It was like Snoke trying to get into his mind.
Yeah. Okay. So
and he got fearful.
So this is the way it actually happened. So he had just kind of noticed at points in his training. I was like, okay,
There's darkness.
like that's pretty dark. Where's that coming from? And so he just.
Coming from your mama. Yeah, that's an old joke, but who cares?
Yeah, I don't care. Okay, but no, he's like looking at him. He's like, that's pretty dark. I didn't teach him that. Where's that coming from? So he goes and takes a look at him, and he's like, oh god, this is much worse than I thought.
Yeah, he saw
And
deep darkness.
yeah, like a deep-rooted darkness. And so just in the briefest moment of instinct, he thought, I can stop this.
Yeah,
and
but
then
then-
as soon as he ignites his lightsaber,
No, he had a like a momentary lapse of judgment. That's where he was like, I can't do this. He can be persuaded away from the dark. He tries to turn it off, but then Kylo Ren sees it.
Yeah, because I was about to get to that where as soon as he ignites his lightsaber, he's about to strike him down. He's like, he even admitted that feeling. It just passed, just as quick as it entered my mind. So it was like,
It was instinct.
yeah, because he was like, oh god, what am I doing? I can't do this.
It's
This is
a
my
boy-
student.
Not just his student, his sister's
his
son.
nephew.
Yeah.
It's his nephew. And then before he could do anything, Kylo Ren looked up at him and saw Luke holding his lightsaber, and he reacted.
Yeah,
and
he
so,
was fearful for his life. He's like, in any other person's position, I mean, he's your master, your uncle too, and also that. But then your master's trying to strike you down. Wouldn't you be mad? And
Yeah,
of
'cause,
course, you just woke up. I mean, like you would react and be afraid. So what he do? He defended himself.
Yeah, because you and I have actually said this before, where if I'm sleeping and let's say she's standing over me with a knife in her hand, looks like even if she's not going to, and it looks like she's about to stab me, I'm gonna react.
No, it should be like, there is no challenge today.
No. She could be like, there can be only one. Straight up Highlander. There can be only one Asian, the real Asian.
No, or she does like a Star Wars scene. It's like the darkness.
Okay, let me give you a better example. My mentor, in where I'm training, if let's say I look over and I see him holding a sword, like a real sword, and he looks like he's about to strike me down, even if he's not, I'm gonna react.
You're gonna be afraid.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, "What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me?"
Yeah, and then you'll be dead because you didn't react faster enough.
Oh yeah, no. This guy this man that he's our mentor. Yeah, we have a running joke going on that's called "Death by Herb Hooks," and like if we ever want to just like death by cop, like just go up to him and just smack him in the back of the head, and that's death by Herb Hooks.
Yeah, he just comes around and snaps your neck. It's like, oop, you're dead.
Oh yeah. Because this guy is a 10th dong black belt in Taekwondo.
That's legit.
Oh yeah, so just all he has to do is just look at you and you die.
Is he like Chuck Norris? He stares at you and kills
I'm not
you.
even kidding. That's what this guy. He looks like the kind of guy where all he has to do is just look at you and you drop dead.
Just a stare.
Like,
and it's like
all he does is stare at you when he causes an
Jumanji Moda.
aneurysm.
Made him stare from the Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, all he does is just he's like look into my eyes, and it's the
It's
penance,
just like
it's the penance stare.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, we should. Yeah, Infinity War. We
Well-
never got onto that topic. This is about Infinity War, and we have not even started. Well, unfortunately, we don't really know what to say because it's still too early.
You made this point earlier where we really can't get into Infinity War
Because it's too
without
speculation.
Yeah, without doing too much speculation, and
that's not
we
gonna end
we don't
well.
really want to do that.
yeah.
Well, let's just say this, people. When Infinity War comes out, we're gonna be here at this table, and we're gonna review.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna see if it really does hold up to the hype. Let's hope it does.
I really hope it does.
Even if it's not as good as Black Panther, I still want it to be a good movie, which most likely it will, because Marvel has its own formula, which never fails. But
Yeah, they're doing something right.
let's just hope it's close to or succeeds Black Panther.
Okay. We just got a new guy that just jumped in the middle of the podcast.
Wow.
His
Yeah.
name is Juice Man.
Juice Man, I love
Yeah.
that name,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Juice Man. It's
He
like you're gonna.
is on that Sport Cave, and he's been commenting in our podcast.
All right, let's read
Some
some
of
these.
them is, I would say, I was read it to our podcast people right now. He said, jumping in late, but Marvels, who is now owned by Disney, need to buy Spider-Man back and
Whoa.
X-Men and just reboot the whole new shebang. What do you think?
Rebooting the whole franchise. Wow. Unfortunately, let me look at it like this. If you rebooting does sound good, but not right now. If you reboot it 20, 30 years from now, that's fine. But
Yeah.
if you reboot it now, you're going to get people who have stuck with it from the beginning, and also the newcomers getting confused, especially with the kids who watching it now, 5, 6, 7-year-olds, 8-year-old, whatever. They're going to be like, wait, what happened? I thought this man was Iron Man. What happened to this man being Captain America? You're going to get a lot of people
Yeah,
confused.
and
it's
not
too
o-
early to reboot.
And not only the fact that Marvel just acquired the rights to Spider-Man.
Wait, no. It wasn't Spider. They co-producing. Don't get me wrong, people. There's a difference. Disney is buying Fox. That's buying own the rights. Fox, Sony owns Spider-Man. They're co-producing it as like a mutual beneficiary because
Yeah,
Sony
it's a
knows.
partnership.
Sony knows straight up. We've seen their movies. A lot of times when they try to do superhero movies, doesn't go well. Like that whole Venom trailer. If people, you should watch it. It's the most unrelated Spider-Man story I've ever
actually,
seen.
on that one, I've kind of told myself, on this one, I just have a gut feeling
It's
that...
gonna be bad.
No. I just have a gut feeling of I am not going to watch any other trailer for Venom other than what I saw, because all you saw was just the symbiote and you saw Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. But I just have a feeling that if I go ahead and watch the trailer... when they actually start showing Tom Hardy in full Venom costume, then I feel like it's gonna be an awe moment right there in the trailer. But then once you go to see the movie, it's like, oh, well, I've seen this before. It's basically exactly like Batman vs Superman, where they basically showed all the big reveals in the trailers.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sony even mentioned this Venom in their movie. Venom, it's not part of the MCU at all. It's its own standalone. Has nothing to do with Spider-Man or anything. That's kind of scary.
Even though Tom Holland is making a cameo in Venom.
Well, they said it's technically canon, but unfortunately, they can't be fully a part of canon because then you get in the MCU rights and stuff. So they're just bringing him in just like a nod. It's like, oh, he's out there. I guarantee you, it's gonna be like a minute long.
No, okay, I'm sorry. On that one, I will say, hey, if you're gonna have him not part of the MCU, do it. But if not, just say it's not part of the MCU. Like, just straight up, don't fence it. Just say yes or no.
Yeah, that's the problem because Sony right now is trying to weasel their way through the cracks of the door into the MCU. That's why they even. That's why I saw this when Sony agreed for Disney Marvel to help write the story of Spider-Man because they're trying to they can bring all these characters like, oh look, it's similar. Maybe it's part of the MCU. It's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe it is, maybe it's not.
Well, okay, no, on that one they have.
They
officially said all the shows except for The Gifted and Legion. That's part of the X-Men universe.
Yeah, that's not Fox.
Yeah,
but they're gonna bring it in if they do own it eventually.
Yeah, if they own it. But no, they have actually said now. Chloe Bennett said this, and I actually do agree with him with her about this, where they like to say it's all connected, but really the movies don't pay any attention to the shows. Where it's like
their own corner of the galaxy.
Yeah, it's like the younger brother that's saying, "Yeah, that's my brother," and then
the brother's like, "Get away from me!"
And the brother's like, "Who is this? Get away from me!"
Yeah.
Yeah, that I will agree with her on that one, where they say it's all connected, but then the movies don't pay any attention to the TV shows, because the way I have it. Oh, sorry, I hit the boom. The way I have it, in my mind, picture it. The big center is the movies, like Iron Man, Captain America, etc., etc., and then over here we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Over here we have Inhumans, which is connected to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because of the Inhumans. And then over here, we have the Netflix, and then even an extension to the Netflix is over here is the Punisher.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's more organized than the DC EU, but it's still it's too scattered. It's
Yeah, even though it's all under one umbrella.
Yeah, it is.
And I have the fandom app for the
where they tell you where it is.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they do have an official timeline as to when everything is happening. So yes, Netflix, Shield, and Humans.
They exist.
The movies, it all exists under the same umbrella. It's just yes, the movies.
What actually hits that umbrella?
Yeah, the movies are the very top rung of the totem pole, and everything else under is like, hey, yeah, we're part of it too, just letting you know.
Yeah. Oh, is this the same, well, you said there was somebody in the chat, right? Is this the same Juice from Sports Cave?
Exactly.
I love you, man. I actually watch your show, and don't get me wrong, I'm not even a sports fan. I just love listening to you guys, because it's so fun just to listen and interact.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right here we got Juice Man. Well, just give me the news. I didn't even know until now, but they said that Woody Harrelson will be rumored to play Carnage in Venom.
Actually, that one I will say I can definitely see him playing Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah, well, that's a rumor though, still, right?
Right now, the news would just put it as rumor, but in the roster for the cast, Woody Harrelson will. It's listed as the cast in Venom. But what do you think, though? I mean,
that sounds interesting. If it's true, it'll be amazing. But unfortunately, I've heard rumors like this all the time. You know, this person's been cast as this, turns out to be falsehood. I don't actually listen to it until like Fox or Marvel announces this is our cast. Then it's true. I've been let down too many times with rumor castings.
I'll give you, just playing off what you said, I'll give you an example, because when they announced Tyne Daly being in Spider-Man Homecoming, I took one look at her IMDb photo, and I thought, oh my god, they cast her as Madam Web. They're going to get into the Spider-War story. Nope.
Yeah.
They didn't go anywhere near that.
I mean, I would love to see that man being cast in Venom. Unfortunately, it's too early to say. Did they start filming yet? I don't think so, right? Or they're filming right now.
Venom?
Or is it done?
They had to have, even if they're still filming, they had to have done something for the
because
teaser
the trailer's out already.
They're not going to release a trailer without filming.
Yeah.
Right now it's said the status is post-production.
Okay, so they've already wrapped filming.
Yeah, so it's not rumor no more. That was just straight up rumor.
Right.
Because, he can't be in the movie if it's already done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. I wished. It would have been more interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
But, yeah, Punisher and all that stuff was good, too.
I love Punisher season 1. I can't wait for the second season.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna be slated for a while though. It's like 2 years from now.
They've announced for Daredevil season 3, Iron Fist season 2.
Wait, no, what's next? It's Luke Cage.
Yeah, okay, so there's Jessica Jones
It's
season
already
2.
gone.
Yeah, that's already done and over with. That's already out. And then the next one is Luke Cage season 2. And as of right now, there's no release date, but Iron Fist season 2, Daredevil season 3, and Punisher season 2 have already started filming. I think Daredevil's like I think it's like 2/3 almost done filming.
I'm not sure about this, but last time I checked, I think it did say like something in the fall, Daredevil season 3. Or something like that, and then followed up by Iron Fist, I think.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Iron Fist.
Well, yeah, I think the last time I checked was Iron Fist was still in pre-production, so they're still writing the script.
No, I looked it up. They're filming.
Oh, they're filming now?
Yeah.
So it could be next year then.
Yeah, and now they just announced within the past month or two that Punisher just started production. So
it's a script writing era.
Well, no, they've already started filming Punisher season 2.
Oh, that's gonna be next year then, though.
Yeah,
because all the other slates are coming up first.
Yeah, pretty much everything except Defenders. I really don't think there's gonna be a second season.
Yeah,
of Defenders,
unfortunately,
because Defenders kind of flopped.
Yeah, I liked it personally from a fan base, but I can see why people are like saying this is like a knockoff Avengers. A lot of people are telling me that they brought too much hype to the story.
Yeah,
you're expecting like a Avengers level fight, but then two things kind of ruined it. Was it 8 parts?
It was 8 episodes.
Yeah, 8 episodes. You're trying to stretch what's supposed to be a 2-hour movie situation into an 8-parter. That, and also there's too much filler. You know, that's 8 parts. You gotta put in fillers. Eventually, you're gonna have scenes where like that. I like that scene, but when they were sitting in that Chinese restaurant, that was a filler scene.
Yeah.
They were just talking. He's like, "What happened to your hand?" He's like, "Oh, I chopped it off." It's like that was cool, but
Yeah. Now
it was not really necessary.
Now, extension to that, what really did become necessary for the sit down in the Chinese restaurant was when Stick was telling the story
Of the hand.
That was necessary to give the fans insight of the hand.
Yeah, for
and,
people who didn't watch it completely.
yeah, and to give, even fans that have stuck with it from Daredevil season 1.
Because my dad actually, he's just started watching Netflix and he got into the Marvel stuff, and he started with not Daredevil. He started with Defenders because it looked cool and all that, and he said he liked it because they explained a lot to him. I think they were trying to do that too much. You know, they're putting when you try to over-explain something, it becomes filler.
Yeah, I will tell anyone that asks me that if you are watching Defenders, like, okay, I'll give you an example. I've never had this conversation with him, but the same, my mentor, the same one, Herb Hooks, that I said.
Is he actually Iron Fist? Does he have the hand?
Yes, he just like, well, bam! Now get out of my school.
Yeah, right through the wall. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for that tomorrow.
Yeah, no, but okay, he has watched Iron Fist before because he's a martial artist.
Yeah.
He's a martial artist. He loves that kind of stuff. So he has watched Iron Fist. Now I've never personally had this conversation with him, but like just giving an example, I will tell anybody that asks me if you're gonna watch. Like if you're just a fan of like one, like let's say if you only like Daredevil, you don't like Luke Cage, you don't like Jessica Jones, you don't like Iron Fist, or
skip them.
Yeah,
you don't have to actually watch them.
You don't have to watch any of it really.
That's what I liked about Netflix.
Yeah, because if you like, let's say just Daredevil and none of the others, then all you have to do is just watch Daredevil. All you have to do is watch. Well, actually, no. I will say. To understand what's going,
you should at least watch Daredevil 1.
At least
Season 1.
At least Daredevil season 2 to understand what's going on with the hand. If you're gonna watch the Defenders, but really, the Defenders was actually just like
it was fan service. Let's just be honest.
No,
fan service.
I don't know about fan service. No, fan service is if they had a sex scene.
Oh.
That's
not fan service, man. That's porn. There's a difference between fan service. Wait, are you serious? You do not know fan service and porn? No, fan service is literally like putting in tribbles inside Star Trek. The J.J. Abrams, like, what is this? A tribble? That's fan service.
Yeah, okay,
that's what it's called.
Okay, you're right.
It's not
I'll
a
give you
porno,
that one.
man. We'll make one just for you, sir.
Shut up.
We'll have Luke Cage like get on top of your face.
Thank you for that mental image. After this is done.
No, you need to own that image because fan service is real.
I'm not wearing this shirt for nothing. After this is done, I'm gonna beat you.
All right, but yeah, you know what I mean. The fan service. That whole movie was straight up just for the fans.
Yeah, because like I said, I'll tell anyone who will listen, or really who asks me, because I don't like to just say, hey, listen to my opinion. I don't like to do that. But like anyone who will come up to me and ask me, how should I watch it? I will tell them. I'll give them the order of which they take place. But it's like, if you really don't want to stick through all of it, you don't have to.
How to watch it? Tell them keep your eyes open. It's like, what? How should I watch this? I think with your eyes open and not asleep.
Yeah, no, but I've seen all of them so many times where I can have it going and then I can be typing on the computer and
oh man, there's a point of I watched it too many times. I had to stop because it was souring the mood of my fandom right there.
Oh yeah, but no, like I'll tell like a few, like let's say just Jessica Jones.
Oh yeah, just go for it. One character. If you have one character, just do their arc.
Yeah,
and of course Daredevil because they're gonna be in it. Not Daredevil. Defenders.
Yeah, because like Jessica Jones and then Defenders, if all you want to see is like, let's say Jessica Jones, or if all you want to see is Luke Cage, you don't even have to watch the rest of them. You can be like, hey, watch Luke Cage first and then go into Defenders, because really, truthfully, for all four characters, the Defenders is basically saying, okay, at the end of your seasons, this is where we left you, and then Defenders basically picks picks up right where they left off, where, hey, this is where we are after our respective seasons.
You know what's kind of funny about that situation though? My father started watching Netflix, and when he watched the first one was Defenders. He jumped all of it. After he was done, he actually started watching the individual characters because he loved them so much. He's like, "This is amazing! I didn't know they had their own TV shows." I was like, "Yeah." It's like, that's why Defenders is on. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And now, yeah, he's binge watching all of them. So it's like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Like you said, it doesn't matter the order. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's, so anything we missed?
Well, beside the Infinity War, which
we're not going to get into that yet.
Yeah,
Let's just wait till after Infinity, because we're literally almost 3 weeks out. So I believe we should discuss it when the fans are watching it.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
that sounds fair.
I agree with him, where I feel like if we were to get into it now, it'd be nothing but speculation.
Yeah,
and I don't
speculation,
wanna do
it ruins
it
Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. It sets expectations only just to be let down.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I would just say we just wrap it up real quick, I guess, because
No, Thanos comes in, he's like, "I'm not gonna kill the universe. I'm here to ballet."
No, he doesn't do ballet. He comes in and I don't know where the Wakanda people is like, "There is no challenge today."
you know what is funny about
But the Infinity Gauntlet, but no challenge today.
this funny thing about it is when the moment Wakanda decided to open this world, the whole thing.
Right? That's true though. It's like there's like, we're gonna open our borders, create all these centers for like the poverty and all that, and then they get invaded. Pretty soon they're gonna be the third world country because they're gonna get wrecked by Thanos.
No, but it was a long time ago. You and I were talking about this, where Wakanda is pretty much, it's kind of like the Marvel Aquaman, because like when you go into that city, every citizen, they're warriors.
Yeah, well, that's what I like about Black Panther. They have their culture, but they're also technologically advanced. So you saw that ritual combat stuff. It's like they're keeping to their culture, but
yeah, it's. I remember when I first saw it in theaters, and I saw the ship going into the really tall high rise. It looked like a really big technology-based building. But then I saw the straw hut. I was like, that's awesome. That's like it's basically combining ancient tradition with modern technology.
yeah, I saw some of those buildings where they're like buildings made out of mud. Like, the mud huts?
Yeah.
And they were like a couple of stories high. It's like, wow. That was amazing. But yeah, so should we wrap it up? I guess
I guess so. Like, well, it's
Well,
I could keep going, but
yeah, we would be here forever.
exactly. Well,
There would be no Unpacked because there will be no box. We would be living in it.
Well, there's a box right there, but I don't think we want to open that can of
No,
worms.
you can't open that. It's Hulk.
Never open from box.
No, you open that, you get killed. Not by the Hulk, by Minnow back there. He is the Hulk. He will eat you.
Hulk with a different color.
Oh, there's no
I'm sorry.
challenge today.
I'm sorry. Well, I guess that's all for our podcast.
Yeah, well-
episode 1 podcast. So
Yeah, it's been enjoyable to whoever
Yeah.
has been able to join us, or even if you weren't able to join us today, if you watched us later after the live recording, subscribe, people. I mean, we always talk about everything under the sun. If you guys want to talk to us, just text us or message us.
Text us.
Text us, yes.
Text us.
I'm still new to technology.
Yeah, let's just give them all our personal numbers.
Yes. It's like, this is where he lives. Go kill him, please. So I can take both head.
You can kill me, just leave my cat.
No, I don't want your cat. I want both your headphones. I put one in front of my face. It becomes surround sound. No, but subscribe, people. If you like what you hear today, I meant whenever. If we're on live, you can always text us. Again. Message us on the YouTube and whatever you guys want to talk about. What do your thoughts on this or that, or we do everything. Legos, collecting, Marvel, DC, egg rolls,
Right.
big pho noodles,
Let me
So we
get
jump
pho
into
without the
food
noodles.
industry.
Yeah, we can do food too. Because Tran makes the big
No,
pho
tell me about how our friend Trevor did that. Let me get pho without the
without
noodles.
the noodles. We have a friend in the world who shamed all Asians everywhere. He went into a Vietnamese restaurant, ordered noodle soup without the noodles, and the waiter just looked at us like, this man is shame. He just looks and shakes his head and leaves without speaking. He's like, yeah, this man, he has betrayed our culture. All right, well,
He is not part of the Mangumbu tribe.
oh no.
So I guess that's it for our episode 1 podcast.
Yeah, it's been fun. We're gonna do this. Try to start doing this on a regular basis, maybe once a week, twice a week. Of course, with major movie releases, we're gonna be here doing those. So just stick around. Whenever a big movie comes out, we're gonna be here. So join us next time at Nerd Unpacked.
Yes. Subscribe and like the Nerd Unpacked page.
Wait, unboxed, right?
Unpacked.
Oh,
It's unpacked.
no, it's unboxed. It's because
Shame.
you never removed from the box.
No, get out. You're
Get
not
out.
part. You're not part of this podcast
Goodbye.
anymore.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Anyway, I'm sorry. So subscribe and like our YouTube page, Nerd Unpacked. Comment anything that you like to talk about in the comment section below. And my name is Trang.
I'm Chris.
I'm Toss, and if we actually reach 100 views, Tran will bring a bowl of noodle, and she's gonna eat it all by herself. Yeah. Have you ever seen a big Asian woman explode?
I'm gonna need a lot of work to make that happen.
All right, I'm Toss, and it's been fun and real, and yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yep.